Imagine walking into the streets one morning and suddenly finding yourself dancing. Not because you're happy, not because there's music playing, but because you simply cannot stop. Now imagine looking around and seeing dozens of other people doing exactly the same thing. This sounds like a nightmare. But in the summer of 1518, something remarkably similar reportedly happened in Strasbourg. It began with a woman known as Frau Trophäa. According to historical accounts, she walked into the street and began dancing. There was no celebration, no festival, no music. She simply danced for hours. Some accounts claim she continued for days. Then something strange happened. Other people began dancing too. One became several. Several became dozens. And eventually, hundreds may have been caught up in what became known as the Dancing Plague of 1518. Imagine the scene. A medieval city filled with confusion, people gathering in the streets, and among them, men and women moving uncontrollably. Some reportedly collapsed from exhaustion. Others continued dancing. But the authorities made a bizarre decision. They apparently believed the dancers needed to dance their way out of the illness. So instead of stopping them, they encouraged them to continue. Musicians were reportedly brought in, and spaces were prepared for dancing. But the plan failed. The dancing continued. Some accounts even suggest that people may have died from exhaustion. So what caused this mysterious outbreak? One theory suggests ergot poisoning. A fungus that grows on grains such as rye can cause hallucinations and neurological symptoms. But this doesn't explain everything. Why did so many people appear to develop the same strange behavior? And why did it seem to spread? Another explanation is mass psychogenic illness. Extreme stress and fear can sometimes produce real physical symptoms in groups of people. And Strasbourg was under enormous pressure. Food was scarce. Poverty was widespread. Disease was common. People also believed that St. Vitus could punish people by forcing them to dance. Imagine seeing one person dancing uncontrollably, then hearing they had been cursed. Then another person begins dancing, and another. Could fear itself have become contagious? Could one person's behavior have triggered another's? Perhaps. But then comes the biggest question. Why dancing? Why not screaming? Why not running? Maybe the answer lies in the power of belief. The people of Strasbourg lived in a world filled with hunger, disease, fear, and uncertainty. Perhaps the dancing plague was the result of all these pressures colliding at once. One person began dancing. Others witnessed it. Fear spread. The behavior spread. And suddenly, an entire community was trapped in a mystery nobody could explain. Eventually, the dancing stopped. But the mystery remained. 5 centuries later, we still don't know exactly what happened. Perhaps it was a mysterious illness. Perhaps it was fear. Perhaps it was the power of belief. Or perhaps the truth lies somewhere between all three. Because sometimes, the most terrifying mysteries in history aren't about monsters hiding in the darkness. They're about the human mind itself. And the frightening possibility that, under the right circumstances, any one of us could become part of the crowd.